Seven fours rule and 6'8s dominate. You have point guards at 6'8, and you have seven fours as shooting guards. That's the year that we're in for NBA 2K26. And with that in mind, I have been really hesitant on making my small guard for competitive scene. And I waited 3 weeks and I studied the game and I did all the homework to make sure that I get the right setup. And guess what? We finally got it. You're watching some highlights of my first two or three games with the build fresh, no badges. I just made it. I'm out here on the event cooking up everybody. And it's been a fun time kind of testing this build. And I want to give it to you right now. We're going to go through all of it and we'll do a deep dive breakdown on it. But I want to kind of talk about why I made this build and I made it so late before I do. Basically, what happened was I really felt like we were in a different place this year for competitive scene, and I was curious on if things will change. And while they have changed to a certain extent, guys, they didn't change fully because we finally got something that's special. And I want to kind of go through the deep dive of what I found, how I feel about this year while we talk about this build. Get into the rundown. All right. So here goes. Let's get it. Like, subscribe, and comment, by the way, if you rock with me and want more. This. All right. So here it goes. Real quick and simple. Point guard 6'2", low weight. And this is very important, guys. All of this is very important. I have so many legend badges. It's crazy. Okay. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to give you the build right away because I know how y'all be doing. This is the build. Now, for those that clicked off, good. Thank you. There's cap breakers to think about. And I'm going to have contact dunks at 89 with this build, right? Only 2 cap breakers is all it takes. Then you have a 99 three-pointer, which you're going to have every shooting badge on legend. Then you will have almost every dribble badge on legend because I'm going to use 3 cap breakers or 4 and put this all the way up to 96. And then I got this for 2 badges. And we'll talk about the max plus ones and cap breakers in a minute. It's really good stuff. And I got my pass accuracy at 92. And this is to be an elite point guard. I'm talking about competitive. We're going to play for money. This is the build I'm playing for money for. Okay. And I promise you, when you see it in action, you're going to say, wow, that was well made. I'm going to detail it in a minute. Now, the main things you want to focus on is having 81 driving dunk. It's going to get you to 89 with 2 cap breakers. You got to have a 94 for the three-pointer and some good free throw and some decent mid-ranges. This happens naturally. Once you put this up, the mid-ranges go up. Free throws, I like having it high when I play for money. I don't want to lose a game over a free throw. Then the speed is what's going to be at 94, which is going to give me legend launcher. Trust me, it's better to have this. I know a lot of people are doing the 86 and you think that's the right move. I promise you it's not. You feel so much better as a dribbler when you get this all the way up. We tested it a lot and now we got the official confirmation. And then the dribbles, you don't need it higher than 92, but I'm going to put it to 96 to have automatic badges without max plus ones and twos. I'm basically not going to need, I'm going to have all legend badges for the most part on playmaking and shooting, and then some decent finishing, while I'm going to use all my max plus ones and twos on my defense. Okay. We're going to talk about defense when I show you the cap breakers and then the idea of what I'm doing with the build, why I have it the way I have it. First of all, blocks is important this year. I don't care if you're small. It's just going to help you get launches on contest and you can get some blocks. Steals is very important, but I will talk about that later. And then perimeter, having challenger to max plus 2 it is so essential in my opinion. And that's what we're going to be doing once I get my cap breakers fully, which I have the build already because I'm going to show it to you right after. So stick around for that. Then have a little bit interior. I would love this to be at 60 or higher. Maybe if I get extra cap breakers, there's a lot of cap breakers this year, we'll put that in there. Rebounds, we're not doing any of that. This is 5-on-5. I can play in other modes, but 5-on-5, we're not touching the paint too often unless somebody's cutting and you're helping, maybe. But you saw me get some blocks in the highlights. Then your speed is good enough to keep up with anybody. Your agility is decent enough to be agile. And then you have vertical specifically for the contact dunks. Okay. Then I want you to check out who I got in there, right? The greatest of all time, Stephon Curry. Playmaking, 3-point creator, okay? That is the build. But this don't matter because when you see the cap breakers, you're going to be like, wow, man, he's cooking. All right, so this is the build. It's going to have a 99.3 in a minute. One more cap breaker. I literally don't have any of my crew. Just got this crew. We got a lot of work to do. If you want to join, feel free. But we still got 3 cap breakers there from the crew. And I still got the specialization, which is playmaking, which we'll get into in a minute. But I still have all those. So basically 2 plus 3 on my crew. And I'm about to get another one from the rep. So that's 6 I will be getting. All right, so I'm 50% there. By the next weekend, I'll definitely have that. I even play casually. All right, so remember that. 6 extra cap breakers. So that means 1 will go into my 99.3. I'm gonna put 2 to get Legend Lightning Launch. All right. Then after that, I can make my choices, which I'm gonna show you why this build is crazy. Took my time and made it right. I only need 2 cap breakers to get to an 89. And you guys know what that gives you. That gives you the best contact dunks. And you can unlock a lot of great animations for dunks. So this is a must for me personally. 89 is a really good threshold. All right. With that said, forget about the finishing. I mean, you're not going to be finishing a lot when you have a 99.3. 1 more cap breaker, and we're good on that. Then this is going to give me lightning launch. And I'm still, after I use 3 badges, I still have 3 more badges that I can put anywhere. Now, guess what? I can do the crazy thing and just start putting it on dribbling. I don't need it. Okay. If there's a requirement in the future, I can put some in there because I am going to get more cap breakers as the season goes. But as I told you guys, thinking about this build and what I want to do, I can easily add some steel. Right, put 3 of these in here, and I basically go up to a 60 where I can use my max plus 1s or 2s to get my infiltrator. I'm sorry, my interceptor as well. If I put 3 cap breakers, I most likely will have. I'll definitely have enough for interceptor, and I'm gonna have that on gold for a small build like this, standing in the corner, guarding the lockdown. Having interceptor on gold is crazy. It's only going to cost me 3. And I can do that now when I get those cap breakers that I told you from the crew, my specialization. My specialization is going here, 2. And then 2 more are going to my dunks. Then we'll just keep going. Like I said, that'll be the key. Don't need anything else on the build. Like, it literally doesn't need anything else other than 2 here and 2 on the dunking. It got contact dunks, crazy dribbles, a lot of legend badges. At the end of the day, every shooting badge will be on legend. Almost every playmaking badge will be on Hall of Fame or legend. And this build is going to be crazy offensively. Then I can use all my max plus 1s and 2s for defensive things to really amplify the build in a cool way. Right, that's why I made this. Now, the way the build is going to work with these very cool max plus 1s and 2s. I'm going to use these max plus 1s and 2s for the playmaking for unpluckable, okay? Because I don't want to have to put this all the way up 6 to get unpluckable. I can just use very lovely plus 2 right here from the specialization, right? And the build is good to go. Put handles for days on Hall of Fame if I wanted to. There's a lot of ways to go. Handles for days on gold is good enough, in my opinion. You're basically behind a pick, setting it or ISOing. Whichever one I'm doing, all I do is a couple moves and I get to my shots. That's how I play. So pretty much all of this will be in. And then for takeovers, you can do whatever you want. You can put defensive ones. You can just put anything. I haven't even worked on it. I literally just made this build today. Played a couple games and I said, let me go ahead and record this video for you guys to go forward. And again, if you watch these highlights, and I want to kind of make sure you understand, I just made the build. I just put the jumper on. I just put it, and I'm going to show y'all the animations right in this very video. Because the animations are studied. I did play a lot and test a lot. And then I've also made sure that we're locked in for the year for this. Okay. So the jumper's wet. Feel pretty good about it. I was shooting 4-point plays mostly. Then I also, was cooking up. I was unguardable basically. And I tested everything, defense, offense. And, I'm more than capable. I'm a great defender. So trust, it's going to be a fire year. We're going to get into it. All right, let's go. So here is the official animations. You can just look into it and go forward. I'm going to make a video about animations and break some things down and help you understand something. But what I want to say, and I say this a lot on my streams, none of these animations are going to make you a better player. Sorry to break the news to you. No animations will ever make you better. You have to practice. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the energy. Okay? So don't sit here and assume that you're going to just be better because you copied some YouTuber's video. Okay? Don't do it. All right. So he got Quentin Grimes, base, Mason Jones, upper, and then Beluga's lower. Right? And this is the blend right here. And I got this base from one of my viewers who saw me on stream testing out builds, and they basically told me to test out Mason Jones and Beluga, and I ended up putting on Quentin because it's one of the best ones this year. So this is the one that I'm using. Then for dunks, the only thing I want to just showcase is all you really need is quick drops. I like to put reverses from the baseline to get those dunks when I cut. And then also you only need like Booker, but personally I like Malik Monk. He has very fast, vicious dunks, so it's pretty cool. And it's not a high requirement. Just met that threshold, which I like. And then this buddy right here, SGA, just because he's the man right now. And I feel good about his dunks. Just like something nice to do. Usually I'm dunking wide open on fast breaks or when I break someone's ankle and I got a clean look. They don't want to double me. Fine, I'll score. And then that's it. You don't have to do nothing special. And guess what? This is going to 89, so I'm going to end up getting off of ones, get off of twos. I'm even going to get the small players dunks, which is going to be insane. So I'm going to have a lot of contact dunks in a minute, very soon. And then a way more cooler dunks, which I will put things Derrick Rose. I always like Derrick Rose. Westbrook is another one that I like, which I won't get that. I'm sorry about that. I lied to y'all. Ja Morant, another good one that I personally like to use when I have an 89. I like Fox. I probably won't put him because he has some slow ones in there. And Anthony's also very nice. I might not put him as well. But yeah, we're going to be cooking up with a lot more dunks once I get my cap breaker from all the crew and all that extra stuff. That's the build, man. And hopefully, you guys have fun with this. What I could say is this. I have my 6'8", which is the traditional, I think everybody's kind of using right now. That's amazing. And it's fun. And it can dribble. It can do well. It's good enough. But there's a different level of gameplay and a different feel to the game with this. And that's because he's smaller, faster, harder to deal with offensively. People saw me cooking up and they just kept passing it to me. Bad players are like, you know what? I suck. Let me go ahead and give it to him. And this is in the event. And it is after a while, it's like, hey, man, I'm going to get y'all right, man. Y'all want to get some wins? And I kind of rallied up guys. They're like, he don't miss, or he he's doing the right plays. He's getting double team, kicking it out. He's getting easy shots. Like, and you convince people because it feels so easy. You know, it's if you know how to dribble a little and you know how to shoot a little, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna enjoy it. Even look at that, getting steals with a 40 steal. But yeah, so that's the deal. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We will be doing more breakdowns with this as we go along. We're just getting started with it, but I hope you enjoyed that block right there as well. Yeah, go check out the next video. I got some important information I want to talk about. We're gonna do a deep dive in the actual animations as well. It should be popping up on screen. Like, subscribe, and comment if you rock with me, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care. Peace.